We're at the exhibition for the opening of the World Indoors in Glasgow, and with Yvonne Murray, a very well-known figure for Scottish athletics. Yvonne, you won a World Indoors title in Canada in 1993. What does it feel like to have that winning feeling?
Yeah, the interesting thing was, but I'm going to be at the athletics over the 3 days, and I know one event in particular, the 3,000 metres, I'll be watching it. And to be honest, I actually know, even all these years, I mean, it was 31 years since I won that medal, and I know the adrenaline, I know the emotion, I know all the nerves. So when that track official says, on your marks, your mind goes back to a time when you used to do that all the time. But to win the world title in '93 I was so proud of that, considering I hadn't actually planned it in my schedule. It was a last minute event, so to go out there and take it on from the front and to win it from the front, yeah, it was really special.
I would strongly recommend people to watch it on YouTube, because it is a quite sensational front run and a very early break as well, when you went ahead of people, and you won it by a long distance. How impressed are you by the current crop of Scottish athletes like Laura Muir, Yvonne?
Absolutely, so impressed. There's such a strength and depth there. You've got Gemma, you've got Laura, you've got Josh Kerr, and it's just like it almost does a cycle, and every now and again, and then these athletes come through and they're producing world-class performances, and that's what you want. You want to support the Scottish athletes, you want to help them in every way you can, so when they get into that arena, and in particular the World Indoors in Glasgow, there'll be that wee bit extra pressure on them. But the way I always looked at it, it's a championship event, but you treat it like it was any other race. Mentally that will help, hopefully get there will be nerves, you will be anxious, but you just got to go out there and give it your best shot, and you've done all the training, you know who you're running against, so just go out there and give up the performance of a lifetime.
The likes of Alish Mogan and Ailey Doyle before that, Alish Mogan now, and Laura Muir, they have a strong profile in British sport. Is that something that pleases you greatly?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me saying, I think you were probably a pioneer in that regard.
Do you know, just recently when I watched Alish win the gold at the Commonwealth, I actually phoned Liz McColgan up, because we keep in contact, although people might find that really strange when you think back to what our competitive days were like. But yeah, I phoned up Liz and I wanted to pass a message to John Alish to say congratulations. That was an amazing performance. And it's inspiring now to know that this crop of young athletes who are able to go out in the world, on the track and produce winning performances, and that's what it's all about really at the end of the day.
And women's athletics in Scotland, I think, is pretty strong. We're seeing greater participation numbers even for our cross countries and so on. Are you pleased to see that too?
Absolutely. I remember years ago when I was the athletics development officer, and we're bringing kids into the sport, we're trying to progress them and into international competition. And it's lovely, you get a lot of joy from watching other people do well, and watching Laura and and Gemma winning medals at the World Indoors is just amazing. I mean, the boys as well, obviously it's a case of, as I said to one of the press guys, it's a case of, find out who's entered, who you're running against, then work out your strategy in terms of your tactics and things, and work around that. But ultimately as well, there will be an added pressure, because the crowd will be, certainly when they hear it's a Scottish athlete on the start line, it'll be pretty noisy.
Thanks very much, Yvonne.
You're welcome, thank you.